Hello, I'm the Cartoon Buff. I'm here to make a video for you. Okay, I have been gone for a little while, but I promise I'll make more videos. My creator has begun to animate me again. Hey, just because I'm a cartoon humanoid hybrid doesn't mean I need to be animated. I still need to be animated, okay? So, yes. Max Faster. And I gave it some thought, and I'm going to talk about Max Faster. Why? Because he's one of my favorite cartoonist next to Tex Avery. He's one of the greatest animators of all time. Time. So as you can see, I get a little, emotional by talking about this. And let's just start. Now, this is not really a history video, more than it's just saying how much I love his stuff, because why? Well, it's easier that way. But let's go into a little bit of history anyways. Max Fleischer, a 1920s animator, who was a Jewish immigrant. Him and his family moved here somewhere in the 1910s. In the 1910s. Basically his whole life he'd been very, very interested in American pop culture and Americana. Now sadly, since he was Jewish, and not a lot of people, even though it was America, didn't like Jewish people then, and wasn't Germany, but people were so. Yeah, it sucked for people of different minorities in that time. Yes. However, though, he didn't make that bother him. He studied art, and he studied it good. Also, because he was an immigrant and not a lot of people appreciated him, he was always the one to always accept more African Americans. What I'll get into later. Really soon, actually. Him and his brother Dave Flasher, who's probably the big part in the story too, made Hollywood cartoons. Famous for Betty Boop and Popeye Serious Mostly, but he also created Coco the Clown and Boxo. I'm Bimbo. Sorry, I was thinking of a different character from Looney Tunes. Well, it's also there. But anyways, that's how it started. How it started. And that's how he found one of my favorite jazz singers, Cab Calloway. If no one ever heard of Cab Calloway, go type him up. He's a really good jazz singer. You see, Max Thrasher and Dave Thrasher mixed live action with animation. And even though they wasn't really the first person to do that, really, however, they were sort of the first ones to report that. You see, they made a short of Betty Boop and her little dog, horse, human hybrid? Bimbo. Yeah, we don't know who he is. Cool sign, but we don't know who he is. But anyways, Bimbo, and it was about her running away from home because her parents hated, well, not really hate it, but disliked her for a moment, and she disliked her parents for a moment, and she went. And Cab Calloway showed up in the beginning in live action, and after that as a abstract Wallace? Yeah, this cartoon's weird, but I really love it. See, the thing about this cartoon, Cab Calloway really like it, and that was the thing. Wyatt's was doing bad stereotypes of African Americans and unracist. Max Faster was one of those rare studios, alongside with his brother Dave Faster, what would have really accurate, respectable stuff for African Americans. Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, they were still, they were still products of their time, and once in a while they couldn't help. They did use some they did use stereotypes sometimes. However, most of the time, they were really respectable to African Americans. And I think it has something to do, well, like I said before, him being an immigrant. Sadly, him and Dave Faster, after moving to Florida, they stopped talking to each other. They had major conflict. What? Well, we don't really know what for sure. Historians have ideas, but I even have an idea, but I'm not gonna say it. Let's just keep it a mystery, guys. It's their own terms. But after they broke up, and the studio broke up, and they never talked to each other, even though they were brothers, sadly. In the 70s, Max Fleischer got together with Walt Disney to release some Betty Boop shorts after losing the rights. But sadly, somewhere in the 70s, Max Fleischer, along with Dave Fleischer, died. But we would never get their fantastic cartoons. My favorite cartoon is, of course, I like Minnie and Moocher. I like a lot of things. Now, they are more famous for their Betty Boop, Pie, stuff. But Coco the Clown is a good character, too. And very, 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 very interesting for the times, because he did a lot of techno things. What was really ahead of its time. I guess you could say he was sort of like the Iggy Pop of animation. And that would make Warner Brothers the Ramones of animation. I know I'm stupid sometimes. Me and my stupid references.
Your jokes are bad, and you should feel bad. Okay, maybe not. That's
okay, my jokes are good now. Feel good. So anyways, that's sort of the end. If no one has ever checked out some of Max Fletcher's shorts, I really advise you to do so. They are great shorts, good funny stuff, and yes. Someday I would be making a video talking about some of my favorite Max Fletcher shorts, but however, I think this is good for now. I am the cartoon buff, and next week we're talking about 3 kids, 1 greedy, 1 smart, 1, to put it in the better terms, not all there. That's right, I'm talking about Ed and Eddie, one of my favorite cartoons. Eddie, I'm talking about Ed and Eddie, I'm talking about Ed and Eddie, I'm talking about Ed and Eddie.
Please stop.
Ed, and freaking yeah to the Eddie. Yeah. Bye. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Just to let you know something here. Tomorrow, of course, I'll be doing the Ed and Eddie one. And the next day, I'll be finishing up on Mr. Who Knows. I'll be doing more too. I love him. I'm gonna keep it as a serious. And hopefully, I'm gonna be releasing somewhere down the line my George Davey album. I know things been wacky, but I had things going on. Excuse me. But sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, I had things going on, both good and bad. And you know, with Thanksgiving was on the rise and all that stuff, and yeah. So I want to have a good day, and I hope you had a good Thanksgiving and all that stuff, and have a good day, and bye, and stay safe out there. It's a dangerous world, and yeah, stay safe. Have a good day.